advance. You're trying to stay ahead of the game, and you're willing to take a little pain, just like our workouts at Afterburn.
I did. I just got a new computer, so when I'm out showing property, I actually will be able to pull up the MLS. So if we're sitting in front of a house and I don't know the information, I'll be able to pull it up in my car and tell them exactly everything about that house.
So this will be on your tablet now.
It's on my tablet.
Your new cool tablet.
Yes, my new Dell tablet.
So wherever you're at, you can pull up information, go, hey, there's a house like this or a house like that. Because it's imperative. If you miss out by a day, I'm sorry, today, with the way our inventory is, and this is fact, this is not sales, if you miss out by a day and are not on top of your game, you're not properly prepared, you don't have your loan pre-approved, we're talking about a local lender and work with a local real estate agent, your chances of getting your offer accepted, we're going to talk about the tips on getting your offer accepted, because right now we don't have enough homes for sale, and if you're trying to buy a new home, buy a bigger home, or buy an investment home, which is smart, because we're at the bottom of the affordability index, meaning it's the cheapest to buy a home in years, and probably the cheapest we'll ever see to buy a home based on the lowest prices we will see and the lowest interest rates. Then you need to work with a professional. If you're not working with a local lender and real estate agent, your chance of your offer being accepted are what percentage, Pam?
0. 0.
Well, she said that pretty easy. That was easy.
Yeah. I just listed a house a couple of weeks ago, put it on the market at a price of $335. We had so many showings the first day that the sellers asked me to stop showing the house. At the end of the day, we had 8 offers.
Wow.
It sold for $25,000 over asking price. And it was with a local agent, it was with a local lender, and it's getting ready to close. So you have to be available immediately when those things come on the market.
So, one of the things I want to comment on, because you touched on it, Dawn, is being prepared. And I know, as a home buyer myself, I know how much the most exciting part about buying a home is being out there looking for homes. Yeah. But right now, the fact that you've only got one moment to act, in fact, I had a conversation with someone today who is going to go back in time, and they're walking around with a blank offer, and they're walking into houses and writing offers, yes, with their hand and a pen, which hasn't been done in years, because they want to make sure they get it in first. Because by the time you go back to the office to write it, now there's 8 or 10. So if you just write it, they're going to write them on the spot to try to save a little bit of time. So it's that competitive out there. And if they're actually reaching out to us, making sure they're completely pre-approved, have everything updated before they even go see the house, because they want to be able to present a legitimate offer on the spot. So that's how competitive it is out there. And I know you want to look for homes prior to getting pre-approved. It just doesn't work.
No, not at all, because you find your dream home and then you can't buy it. And that dream home might not come back on the market for months or years.
Well, why would you want to purchase the biggest asset, both, biggest dream of your life, and not know exact numbers, exactly what your payment's going to be, exactly how much money you need to close? All those details you need to know and want to know. Why wouldn't you want to know in this price range? And we do this for our clients all the time. Hey, I want to have my home payment around, which is say for around number $2,400. Then we can give them a range that between $300 and $360. Here's exactly an estimate of what your payment going to be, so that you can look at one home versus another. And this probably helps you when you're out showing homes. Is that bedroom that's $20,000 more for the say $320 versus $340? It changes my payment by this much. It's worth it for $80 a month to have that extra bedroom for Johnny.
Definitely. But on the same note, if they can only afford a payment that's going to give them a $360,000 house, I don't want to show them $400,000 homes, because they're going to love the $400,000 home more than the $360,000. So be fair to the client. Don't show them what they can't afford.
There's experience kicking in. There's no doubt about it. And we do the same thing with loans. And I appreciate you bringing that up, because a lot of times people say, I want to buy this. You don't qualify.
Right.
But some of the mess we've gotten into, unfortunately, is not because us lenders being poor at our job and making this real estate crash. It actually had a lot of people purchasing homes they couldn't afford, or lenders allowing them to overspend, meaning they're qualifying for homes they could not afford, and becoming house poor and therefore losing their home, which I think is worse than not owning a home. You get your dream home and you lose it. That's been rough for a lot of us.
It's very hard. People have to realize that life is like a roller coaster. You've got good years, you've got not so good years, you may even have a bad year. You have to be able to do the ups and the downs and survive. And if you're way over your head, you have a down market, a down year, you're in trouble.
Yeah, in fact, I'm thinking about the way that we qualify our clients, and we ask a lot of questions. And sometimes they may be a little intrusive because they say, well, does it matter? Do I qualify or not? Well, I don't only want to know if you qualify, because that's not the whole picture. I also want to know, hey, do you want to send your kids to college? Hey, what do you have coming up in your life that's a big event? What do you have, what else are you saving for? Do you need to change your car 6 months from now? Yeah. Because maybe your car payment's $200 a month right now, but you're planning on buying a car that's $600 a month. So just qualifying is only part of the picture. We need to plan as well as qualify.
How long you're going to be in the home? Are you going to grow your family? There's a lot of questions and stuff, and I know you ask a lot of these questions.
A lot of questions.
And I think that's part of the experience, Pam, and that's why we love working with you, because you know the insights to ask questions, as opposed to let me get somebody in escrow and get a check.
Right.
It's really not about that, because it's about developing relationships. And I think, based on my experience working with you and knowing you in the community, Pam, is you build relationships.
My slogan is creating clients for a lifetime, because I want them to come back and I want them to feel comfortable sending their referrals, their family, their friends to me.
And I'm sure that's how I know my business has survived, is if you don't have returning clients that know you. I'm sure they can just call, and you can call them and say, hey, this is Pam. Hi, Pam, how's it going? Not, this is Pam Ingram with Remax of Valencia, just calling. Right. We don't have to do that, because we develop a relationship.
Right.
And we applaud you at that.
Thank you.
On top of that, Pam is heavily involved in our community. I mean, I just heard Carl, the owner of KHCS, came in going, showed up, and Pam's like, going to the Optimist Club tonight? Yeah, I mean, you have a meeting tonight, right?
A meeting with Optimist tonight, yes.
So what is Optimist?
Optimist is an international women's organization to better women and girls internationally. We will put our hand on helping girls that are being abused in foreign countries. Locally, we help with the Sheila Arvilos. We help with a lot of different things.
For breast cancer, right?
Breast cancer.
Okay.
We are very focused on women and girls.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. There's always a theme, and we say it every week when we bring on a guest, that they have to be involved in our community, because we live off the community, you live off the community, you live in the community, we love our community. And it's imperative that we have great professionals that care about you. And Pam, you are one, without a doubt. I mean, you're involved in Optimist, you're involved in, I see a lot of events. Unfortunately, there's not enough of us out there.
Right.
Wouldn't you agree?
Nope. Oh, I definitely agree.
It's pretty much the same. 20 or so of
there's the same 200 at every event.
Yes. And real estate lending and real estate professionals, I'm going to challenge you guys to get out there more, because there's the same 20 of us out there. And I applaud you being part of all this. I know Neil Weichel from your office is part of a lot of these events, and I applaud you guys being part of that. Plus, you became our chamber president.
It was actually, they call it the chamber board of directors.
Okay.
Chairman of the board.
Okay.
Chairman of the board.
Chairman of the board.
And that just took you, an extra 30 minutes a year, right?
Right. It was like taking on a second full-time job for that year, but it was wonderful. And I, like Carl said, we got to go to Sacramento, we got to go to Washington D.C. We met with a lot of different people, and we were talking to them about our CMEX project out here.
We were talking deal out here, obviously. Yeah.
We were talking about the widening of the 5 freeway.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Yeah. Yes.
All the commuters out there on shut up, Don.
Yeah. This community does go outside the community to really fight for what we need in town. A lot of people don't realize how many people go to Sacramento, go to Washington, and speak on our behalf. But the chamber is very active in this community, and I was proud to be chairman of the board.
Yeah, we're proud of you being part of that. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And to give up your time, because Pam, you don't have to do that. You're very busy, very successful real estate. In fact, while we're sitting here, she just found out she hit her Lifetime Achievement Award. Am I right?
Yes, I did.
Over $3 million in commission. Know how much business you have to do to hit those kind of numbers? And that's not a brag. That's basically saying how successful you are, and kudos to you.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
Helping that many families with their dream of home ownership.
Yeah. It's been an honor, and I love doing it. I love the fact that every day is different, every customer is different, every situation is different. I'm not sitting down at an desk doing the same thing, tedious work. I just love the business.
Well, then we're going to share some of your love for the
Okay.
business on tips on how to get your offer potentially accepted and also how to possibly sell your home for more than you ask. When we come back to the Donna Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220, KHTS.